The Purple Butterfly here, otherwise known as People7 on Twitter and YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. My blog is located at purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com, and my soaps, Purple Butterfly Soaps, could be located at people.etsy.com. And I'm here to talk to you about the difference between vegan and vegetarian soaps and Bastille and Castile soaps. Someone asked me, "Oh, is that oatmeal?" I said, "No, this is plantain and almond milk. It's a vegan soap." "Well, what's the difference between vegan and vegetarian?" I was like, "Well, I'm finna go over the differences now. Let's start with Castile. Everybody says, "Oh, I like Castile soaps." A lot of people say, "Oh, I make soaps, I make Castile," but they're putting other things other than olive oil in it. That means they're making Bastille soap. A Castile soap is a soap that is 100% olive oil. And that's also a vegetarian soap. And by its nature, it's also a vegan soap. Okay. It also takes 6 months to a year to cure, which is why I don't make them. And one of my friends is allergic to olives. So for me, it's not a soap I make. Bastille is a soap that's got some coconut oil, some this, some that, and olive oil. And that's fine, but you can't call it a Castile if it's not 100% olive oil. Okay? A vegetarian soap is a soap that primarily uses vegetable oils. You could use, milk with it, like goat's milk or whatever. But because goat's milk is a product of an animal, it's not the animal, but it's a product of the animal, the milk from a goat, it can't be called vegan. Vegan means non-use of animals. If it had a face, you can't call it a vegan soap. If it came from something that had a face, you can't call it a vegan soap. You can still call a goat's milk soap that's using coconut oil and canola oil, so forth and so on, a vegetarian soap because it uses vegetables and, animal products like the milk, but it's not using the animal. Okay. Now, this soap is vegan. It's got almond milk in it. Almonds do not have a face. It's called almond milk because they basically turned the almond into a liquid that looks like milk. But there's no face on the almond. It grows out of a tree or out the ground. It's a tree nut. It's not a tree nut I'm allergic to. There are tree nuts I can use and tree nuts I can't. Okay. Mom said this soap smelled to her like the oatmeal. And she goes, "You got honey in there? If you use honey, you can't call it vegan. Honey comes from parts of a bee. If you have beeswax, it's part of a bee. A bee is a living creature, so forth and so on. But anything that's vegetable or all vegetable, that's vegetarian. So when it comes time to give things labels, the only label I worry about is natural. Okay, now I can actually say all natural oils when I make my soaps, even if I'm using lard or tallow, because those are natural products. But I can't say vegan if that natural product came from a cow or a pig or some animal that had a face. But by the same token, when I say vegetarian, I mean it came from canola, which is a tree that grows, or actually, canola comes from the marigold flower, which comes out the ground, or it came from a tree. If it's vegetable, it came from a tree or a plant that grows in the ground. If it's vegan, it can't come from an animal that had a face. If it's Castile, it has to come from olives only. And if it's Bastille, it can come from olives and something. I tend not to use olives at all because one of my friends is allergic to olives and I want her to be able to enjoy any product I have. By the same token, I don't use shea butter because I'm allergic to shea. It's a tree nut. And if you're allergic to tree nuts or shea butter, you can use any product I have. So when it comes time to look up the labels, if it says vegan and it came from me, it didn't have a face. It didn't get utilized by anything that does have a face. If I say vegetarian, you might have some goat's milk in there, but it's not vegan. I won't claim it's vegan if I use goat's milk. I won't claim it's vegan if I use honey or beeswax, which I generally don't use because I'm allergic to honey and I'm allergic to pollen. I'm allergic to royal jelly or whatever they call that stuff that came from a bee. But you have to have truth in advertising. When I say it's vegetarian, that means in my brain, I didn't use an animal product, which means I didn't use tallow, I didn't use lard. And for those soaps, I actually put right on the label proudly, this is a lard-based soap. This is a tallow-based soap because it has attributes that people are looking for. So when I say, hey, I got a lard soap over here, there are folks that are looking for my lard soaps. By the same token, there are folks that are looking for my all vegetable soaps. And then there are folks that are bully for my vegan soaps. Man, I love the way it smells. This has no fragrance oil, no added scent to it, but it smells amazing. Anyway, this has been People of Seven on Twitter and YouTube, People at elsewhere on the internet. My blog is located at purplebutterfly-people.blogspot. No, my blog is located at purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com, and Purple Butterfly Soaps are located at people.etsy.com. It's been a long time since I made that mess up, huh? Y'all stay blessed and stay tuned.